seem to fall by the side like a discarded thought, or the day's fading light. But I know that if I could just see you tonight forever. At times it may fall like we all tend to do, but I'll reach out and find that I've run into you. Your strength is the power that carried me through forever.
Anybody planning to run up the trail? Anybody? Bob's going to run up the trail. Okay. Nobody's planning to run. Okay, I'm kind of disappointed. Not that I said anybody was going to run. I was going to have them go first. But first I just want to say I'm totally unprepared for this. I'm just happy that everybody came. And I really wanted to give everybody an opportunity if this is something that gave them a moment they needed or something they needed. And to some extent I needed too. So I appreciate everyone coming, and I hope Nick walks with you. I hope he walks with you now and every day. And I don't know. We'll talk more at the top of the mountain, but I just want to say I've seen so many wonderful things in the last year. And it's hard to believe it's been a year. Your mind goes a little crazy, and then you don't prepare well for things like this. But I guess each year will come, and another year will come, and we'll figure a way to walk through it. So I appreciate everyone coming, and I hope you get something out of it. And, I don't know. I love y'all. We're here for you. Okay, so Bob's going to be the leader because he's so fast on the
next
trail.
year, can we take a flatter area? What's your thought?
Whatever. Who wants to lead? I'm not leading. You guys. You want to lead? It just felt good to see everybody together and all in one group kind of following and going on. And like I said before, I'm thankful you're all here. And I am very thankful for this beautiful day. I think yesterday was supposed to be a lousy day with the weather. And you know, yesterday was the 1-year mark. And I had watched the weather the day before, and we were supposed to get a big storm line straight across Connecticut coming right up, and it was going to be cloudy, and it was going to rain really hard. And then the next morning, the weather forecaster was saying, well, the storm somehow split, and half of it went west and half of it went east. And I honestly think this did that for us yesterday. That's how I feel. It gave us a gorgeous day. It gave us a gorgeous day again today. And I don't know, before he passed away, I didn't always feel 100% sure that there really was an afterlife. But since he's passed away, I truly know there is. He's given us a lot of different signs. He's done things, I think, that show that he's still there, and he is looking down on us. And he can be with you whenever you want him to be. And that's part of what God will do. It's been, I can't believe it's been a year because at first you're in such shock, you don't even realize time disappears. Everything disappears. Your thoughts are very scattered. Very scattered. You ask a lot of whys and don't get answers. I still ask why and don't get an answer. I just keep saying I'm supposed to figure out what I'm supposed to do with it because I don't think I'll understand why, ever. But you get a little better, you get a little worse, you get a little better. But I do find things that I never knew before. I find like this, I wanted it to be a walk-in community, and it truly was. And it's amazing how many people have supported us in so many different ways in the last year. And I think there's a point where I feel, as I had said, I didn't know truly if there was an afterlife, and I believe there is now. I don't know that in my feeling, and Nicholas and I have talked about this previously, I try to respect everybody's religious beliefs, but I really have come to this, I believed it before and I truly believe it now, is no matter what religion we're following, we're really praying to the same God. The rites and the rituals and the words that go with each religion are just different ways to represent it, but we're truly all praying to the same God. And I do think I feel him at times in the wind, in the light, in so many things. I've seen more butterflies this year than I can tell you. Some of you may or may not know his beloved dog Libby passed away in July. And the day before she passed away, we had a black butterfly with beautiful, brilliant blue spotting on it, little dotted blue egg that just kept coming and sitting on our doorstep. And it would flutter around with the cage, but it never left. And the next day she passed away. And I think that was Nicholas telling us it's the end, and this is her afterlife is coming, and she's going to be with him. So, I have a zillion things I could share, but I couldn't share them all. I hope that some of you will share, because I think it helps me so much when I hear the stories that people tell me. There's so many things I didn't know about Nicholas, my own son. He was more wonderful than I realized. And when I hear these stories, it just keeps me going a little more. It's like I need to hear another story. I need to be here to hear another story. Evan Kohler, you guys all know Evan, sent me a note. He's at school and could be here. He says there are countless memories that Nick and I have had, but if I had to choose one of my favorites had to be at one of his Magic the Gathering parties. I never heard of the game until Nick showed it to me and taught me all the rules. We all used to come over and have a giant game in the dining room. After an hour or two of playing, we all took a break and went outside. Me and Nick were on the same team, so we obviously were scheming to win. Nick knew the game inside and out, so we had it all planned out that I would sneak in and look through Nick's desk so whoever was playing that game, this is how they won. Sneak in and look through Nick's desk for the card that would win us the game and to put it on top. While I was sneaking around the dining room and looking through the desk, you, talking about me, walked into the kitchen and saw me cheating. My heart dropped. I thought I was done for. We stared for a second, and I think you knew exactly what I was doing. We both laughed and proceeded to head back outside. After returning and some intense battling, we eventually won the game. Nick was always ready to have a good time. He taught me the rules of the game, and later we broke them. I can hear his laugh now as I think of that memory. And then he just, wished us well, and I just love that story. And I just ran into Jordan and Melody at the gravesite yesterday, and I thought, yeah, we're supposed to follow all the rules, and then sometimes we just have to break them. And even I myself have done that. And it's okay as long as you don't do anything really bad. No maliciousness, right? I know you've all broken some of the rules sometimes. And sometimes they make for the best stories when you look back. A little different, from Sherry French. She sent a little short poem, and it kind of captures this moment in this day, I think. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. From Dr. Seuss, Oh, the Places You'll Go. A friend of ours, longtime friend of Mr. Coleman from Windsor, his name is Christine, for those of you who know him. We used to go to family gatherings at their house a number of times, and Nicholas loved Chris because Chris would tell the story. Chris would tell the stories of when they broke the rules. And nothing better than a young teenager sitting listening on the edge of the seat to, oh my gosh, what did he do next with my dad? So he just loved going there. But Chris's wife sent a little short memory about that she had of Nick that she thinks of. That every time I think of Nick, the one memory that comes to mind is when we were having a bonfire and Chris asked him to put more wood in for us. And he grabbed an entire pallet and just threw it in. And I still remember, they had one of those nice, neat little prim proper stone round fire things about this big. He threw it in, and sparks went flying, and the flame shot up. He thought it was the greatest thing ever. But it's nice to have that memory because it always makes me laugh. And I know Nick's made a lot of people laugh. That's a big part of who he was. And I think I'll let you in on a secret about Nick and his laughing. I think when he was very young, he felt like he didn't fit in. Nicholas was very social. He spoke at a very early age. And when he got to preschool, he's like, okay, this is okay. And then when he got to kindergarten, he says, like, I'm talking to people and they don't know what I'm talking about. And he always just wanted to be part of the group. And I think the laughter that he shared with us that everybody remembers about him, I actually think it started as a nervous laugh when he was young. It was a nervous laugh. But over time, it kind of morphed into the laugh that everybody loved about him. And, I think Drew said it. I could say anything, and he would laugh and make me feel like the funniest guy. Because he'd laugh at anything I said. He was funny at whatever. But it truly became a real laugh from inside him that he shared with all of you. And I hope that we're not all laughers like Nicholas was, but if we try to be a little bit more, it makes life a little bit easier. Another item that was shared was from Ellie Stone, who is down in North Carolina, so she couldn't be here. She shared a picture, which is out there somewhere, of she and Nicholas at the March Madness pep rally in the junior year. And she has the story to go along with it. So right after this picture was taken, Nick told me and Katie Morel, that in another life he would love to be a gymnast. so he could just tumble down the stairs of the bleachers. It was absolutely hilarious, and we all laughed for quite some time. I also think that this picture shows off his smile that we all remember so well. Over the summer entering our senior year, we were at Eric Trombley's to get together before school, and it was freezing out. It didn't help that I was wearing a tank top and shorts, but that's okay. Nick will do. Nick offered me a sweatshirt, even though he was only wearing a t-shirt underneath. I think of that memory every day of my life. Nick was such a kind-hearted human being with an amazing spirit and soul. I know he looks down on all of us, and I feel his presence with me every day. I hope to see you on one of my breaks coming up. And I know there's more to that story. Alia Stone, Eric Trombley, and friends that were at the party, but I'm not going to. And I just want to tell you a story that I told my mom. Took way too long. He was working at the summer camp, and that's when I met him. Shortly into being at the camp, his family came into town. He moved away. He was a mom who was alone with her 2 kids. And her older son hated coming here. Hated coming. She was coming here every day. She was crying. She doesn't want to come, but she can't stay home. And trying to explain to him, he's got to go. And then she came to me at the end of the week, and she was so happy. Her son now wants to be a camp. She's like, it's incredible. He loves it. He is connected with one of his youngsters. Mama. And his name is Nicholas. I knew right away. And when I found out that Nicholas passed away, I always remembered that little boy. And thinking how, no matter how short his life was, and all of you young people should know this and remember this, no matter what happens, whether you live through your 80s and die young like Nick, you have the capability of touching God that he did. And he touched me with a great way with his mom. I think just always remember that. That's how I remember him. He was always such a nice kid when I saw him. But in the summer, starting school again, he was the first person I saw walking in front of all the time with that big smile. And that's how I always do it. Somebody else? Well, this is Logan, and Logan is 4?
He's 4 now.
Yeah. 4. And he made something for me, and I will share it with you. Nicholas is special to me because he taught me how to play lacrosse. He also played trucks with me and my brother. We miss him and think of him often. Love Logan and Ryan, Tim and Chris. And I can tell you, it kind of reminds me of the camp story. I never thought Nicholas was to be cut out for camp. He didn't grow up with siblings. He was the youngest of the cousins on my side of the family that are here in town. The closest one in age to him was Taylor. Teased him a lot. They were sort of like siblings. But as he started meeting younger kids, he took to them. And he loved playing lacrosse, whether he was the best player or not. He loved playing lacrosse. And a couple summers ago, we'd have the pool, and the Such family would come over. They were there one time, and Nicholas said, "I've seen those little lacrosse sticks. We have to go get those lacrosse sticks. So when Logan comes over, I can teach him how to play lacrosse. I can teach him." So we had to immediately, like that week, get out, go find little lacrosse sticks so that he could teach Logan how to play lacrosse. And someday he'll be a great lacrosse player. So I think he just really enjoyed interacting with him and teaching him and making sure that he was enjoying himself. And he kind of did want to make him a good lacrosse player, but it surprised me then. And Logan always remembered it too. And we still have those little lacrosse sticks standing in the corner of the kitchen.
I have a story.
Okay.
This is just a mom story, but a couple summers ago, we were taking my oldest son down to see a friend of his. She's from South Carolina and coming up to Rhode Island, so he was having an opportunity to go see her. I said, well, we'll go to the beach, we'll take the rest of the family, and Anna Breck Kelsey, of course. And so I said, Jake, you want to bring somebody? Well, of course, Nick was the first person. And I always felt good, no offense to any of his other friends, but Nick was one of those kids that you brought him somewhere, you knew he was easy, he just fit in with the family. I mean, the funniest part was, I don't know if we were driving down or driving back, but if anyone knows my family, we're all pretty loud. And we're all blah, 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 blah. And we look back and Nick's like, and it was so funny because he's literally between Philip and Jacob, and all my kids are 6 foot tall. Nick's 6 foot tall, like a rock. He's like, and I just thought it was like the funniest thing because how could you sleep in the midst of, he's not used to siblings, and here's the 4 other kids in the car and his parents, and it's hard.
He started getting used to siblings over at the Patson's house. I used to say that. I remember when he was quite young and starting to go over to visit with James. There were a number of years where it was Nicholas, James, and Cody, James, and Nicholas. That's like the 3 of them. But it started off with Nicholas and James, and he would go there. And I remember Jackie telling me once, like he was shell shocked when he comes here. Adam's jumping on James' back. Zach's pushing into somebody. Nicholas is sitting there going, what is going on? He was probably, I don't know, 5, 6, 6.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah. So he started learning a little bit about siblings. I think he learned most of it at the Patsy household. And I bet Jackie has some stories she could tell. Anybody else?
How about when they all went running and ended up in your pool?
Coach Zafer does now know about this. I'm a little sorry that I divulged it before Ryan Lynch finished school. We did run into Coach Zafer once, and Nicholas liked the cross-country team, and it was originally he just wanted to get in better shape or stay in shape or do whatever when you're not in lacrosse team. The cross-country team in Summers was not the most competitive team in the state. They had fun, and I loved the camaraderie. I loved how everyone on the cross-country team came from different places. People became friends outside their group. They didn't just associate with their soccer friends, their lacrosse friends, or whatever. They all seemed to get along and have fun with each other and respect each other and do some running. So it was always hot when they started cross-country season, and some of you may or may not know this. So one day, practice after school every day. One day I come home, I pull in the driveway, and there are 4 boys standing in my pool. And I thought, oh, okay. I'm a little bit upset because I'm not supposed to have a bunch of friends over when I'm not home, especially using the pool, but yeah. And then I say hi to them and whatever, and I say, wait a second. Don't you guys have cross-country practice? What happened? You're not in cross-country? All of a sudden we get the look like, well, they ran off the trail, 4 of them, and it was a really cool idea to run off the trail, run over to the Coleman's house, because we live right behind the school, strip off their cross-country shorts, and jump in the pool. Of course, 2 things they didn't think of. A, towels to dry off when they got out, and B, how are you going to explain being soaking wet when you get back there? So, I start heading back into the house. I thought it was kind of hysterical in a way. I'm trying to decide if I'm supposed to be mad or, do the motherly thing or just say, yeah, they're having fun and it's harmless and, So I decided they were having fun and it was harmless. And if they get in trouble with the coach, they get in trouble with the coach. They set themselves up for it. I'm almost at the kitchen door and all of a sudden I get the yell, Mom, we need towels. Do you think you should have gotten those before you went in the pool? And then I actually helped them with their how are they going to cover up being all soaking wet? And I told them, well, it's really, really hot out. Just run over to the Gatorade thing, grab the cup of water, pour it over your head. We're so hot, we're so hot. That's what they did. But we shared this story with Coach Zafer one of the awards nights. And he was talking about who was in the group, and then I realized, I said Ryan Lynch was one of them. I'm like, uh-oh, Ryan's still in school. Poor Ryan, but Coach Zafer is kind of okay. He said, I did some stuff when I was in high school. Whatever. So that was kind of a funny story. Nicholas's cousin Sinead from Joe's side of the family.
So the one thing I remember about him is I'm the oldest son on Joe's side, and because I'm the oldest, and it didn't always work out with eating and stuff like that, I was always like separated from other kids at all the dinner parties and whatnot. So I never really got to know the younger half. So
She got to sit at the adult table. They had to sit at the kids' table in the kitchen.
And I think because of that, I got labeled by Nick when I turned 13 as the old and boring cousin. And so that it really stung me at first, because I was like, yeah, I'm cool.
I'm cool. I made it to the adult table.
Yeah. And I always felt like after he labeled me with that, I kind of had to make up for it. So at all the parties and whatnot, I would always try talking to her. Would never hug me, would never give me a kiss or anything. And then it wasn't until one party where I remember I was looking at the music, and Google was putting on music, and so I was talking to him about it. And then I discovered he had a really good sense of music, and I had no clue. And also with a lot of the stories that came out, I had no clue that he had such a good taste. And we bonded. I think we bonded over a little bit of music, and then after that I was like, can I play lacrosse? Let's play lacrosse. So we played lacrosse, and I've never played with a guy before. That was really scary. You guys throw him really hard, and I'm never gonna play with a guy again because he hit me really hard. And then so that was my way of trying to be cool with it. I still got that label of the old and boring cousin, but
the label stuck, but it was always said with a smile after that. She wasn't really old and boring anymore.
Yeah, I'm still old though.
At some point, she almost became cool, I think.
So yeah, that's my story.
Thank you. I know Jake has probably 500 stories in his back pocket because Nicholas and Jake spent a lot of time together. And I always say to his mom, there's something about Nicholas and Jake kind of got this little kindred spirit thread that runs through them. They're so alike in so many ways. But go ahead.
So I'm a metalhead. Now I'm a metal, and growing up, I didn't nobody else liked metal. And then I met Nick, and he was the only kid who liked as hardcore music as I did. And I was like, that's awesome. And he's my best friend. And it happened. Yeah. But Nick also taught me magic. Pretty much everyone in this company is magic.
Except me, that he kept trying to teach, but I way too complex for my simple mom mind. Well, Jake was always a good friend. Oh yeah, Nicholas was the only one who could beat Jake in Monopoly.
Dear Lord, thank you for this beautiful day. Thank you that you got the rain off for a special day for us. And pray that everyone who is affected by that has
I love seeing all your kids, and my door is open at any time. I kind of feel like I need to adopt some of you a little bit, but I only have one child, and I don't have any more, so it's kind of like living, seeing how I'd like to be here for my time. So don't be shy. Share your funny stories maybe if you want, or whatever. And I thank everybody, those that are here and those that aren't, who have really, really supported us. I can't even tell you in how many ways this whole year. And, I wish everybody peace in dealing with it too, because I know it's hard for everybody. It's hard to be young and lose a friend. It doesn't make sense for a lot of you to try to experience anything like that. And, I hope you can all find peace with it too, however it is that peace is affecting you. So thanks everybody. And for those who don't know, there is a fire tower over there. If you want to walk up the fire tower, it's a beautiful view. And I want to see some of you kids when you go. What? Oh, there's food. Oh, you didn't eat. Okay, well there's food over there. There are drinks over there.
Yes, I understand that every life must end. As we sit alone, I know someday we must go on. Oh, I'm a lucky man to count on both hands the ones I love. Some folks just have one, yeah, others they got none. Stay with me, oh, let's just breathe. Practiced on my sins, never gonna let me win. Under everything, just another human being. Yeah, I don't wanna hurt. There's so much in this world to make me bleed. Stay with me, oh, all I see. Did I say that I need you? Did I say that I want you? Or if I didn't, I'm a fool, you see. No one knows this more than me. As I come clean, I wonder every day as I look upon your face. Everything you gave and nothing you would take. Nothing you would take, everything you give. Did I say that I need you? Oh, did I say that I want you? Oh, if I didn't, I'm a fool, you see. No one knows this more than me. As I come cleaner. Nothing you would take, everything you gave. Oh, side.